Come on down, everybody. It's time to get busy. We have work to do here, people. Cheers. Cheers. That. Let's skip all of that business, right? So I apologize if we have funny connections. It's me, not you. We've had storms galore around here, but we're just dealing with it. Hey, Brenda, come on in. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. How about a little hot melt mix, huh? Hot Melt Mix is thebomb.com. Hot Melt Mix, you know about Hot Melt Mix, right? Hot Melt Mix is that stuff that keeps you happy, right? Oh man, how do you get rid of that stuff? Keeps you happy. Hot Melt Mix has electrolytes in it, a little MCT oil, put the whole thing on steroids, and what else does it have in it? Glad you asked. It has exogenous ketones, which means it keeps you in ketosis. Fantastic stuff. There's Ruth. Good to see you, Ruth. I haven't seen you in a while, or at least I haven't noticed you in a thing. Hi, Emily. And there's Jenny. Jenny's under the Saving Dinner banner. If you've got questions, Jenny's just fantastic. She posts all kinds of stuff. She is our community manager. And if you are going to be at our event, our Full Bloom event, which is happening, by the way, on April 18th, right here in Brevard, North Carolina. You will fly in to Asheville if you want to do it close, or if you don't mind to drive, you can do it to Charlotte. And I will tell you, the cool thing is we are all going to get together in the flesh. So the community is going to become really vibrant. So I cannot even tell you how excited I am. Yay. There's Joanne and Mary Ann. I see some of my ladies who are going to be there. Thank you. Emily shared to public, which means Emily is trying to get a mindful mug. Do you know what a mindful mug is? This is one of my favorite things. A mindful mug is putting your eating in front of your head instead of just eating on automatic pilot. I think I told you yesterday that I had a gal in our hot melt sprint group who said that she just automatically ate a couple of donuts before she knew it, and she was on the sprint. Because we do that. We autopilot our lives so much. We lose our grip on reality. And that's what I'm going to talk about today a little bit, is about the truth. Because the truth truly does set you free. The truth gives you the information that you need. And sometimes we get the truth in ways that we don't want to get the truth. And that happened to me today. Hence the hairdo. And I'll tell you all about that in just a minute. But I do hope you share this video. Share it on public so I can see it. And I will be giving away next Friday, a week from tomorrow. I'm going to give you a chance to really do this because I'm going to go through and tally all of them. And the one who has sent the most and who lives in the United States, sorry you guys, but I just cannot pay the $900 they want me to do for international shipping, is going to get this little mindful mug. A mindful mug makes you mindful because it fills up with bone broth just before your meal. And it gives you a minute to really think about what you're about to do. To have gratitude for the food that you have in front of you, to have a moment to think about portion control and eating slowly and not eating pieces of meat as the size of your head. And I'm saying all of this because this is my issue. And if you've ever been caught in that thing and realized, man, I just vacuumed through all this food without even thinking about it, or ate donuts without even thinking about it, it was just an automatic process. We need to get out of the automation business when it comes to eating. We need to be thoughtful eaters and mindful eaters. Mindful. Mindfulness changes everything. Mindfulness brings us to the place where we can see what's on our plate without just sucking it all up like a big Hoover vacuum cleaner. You know, I do that. I am a speed eater and I'm not proud of it. I am trying to change that. And I go through cycles where it's like, yeah, I'm like really good and everything's great. And then other times where I'm just like, oh shoot, I did it again. You know? So a mindful mug gives you a minute because you sit down with this mindful mug and you just almost meditate on the meal that you're about to partake in and thinking about your portions, thinking about slowing down, thinking about gratitude, thinking about a conversation instead of just shoveling. So I'm saying this to all of our addicts out there. If you're an addict like I am and you've dealt with food addiction and the up and down of the carousel of crazy, You know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you? And that's the truth, and that hurts. A mindful mug gets us to the place of getting back into the front part of our heads so we can start thinking about things and be respectful to our body system and be loving to our bodies. I like that. I like that so much. I hope you do. I hope you love it. And I'll just say too, people who are coming to the event, you may or may not have a mindful mug if you're coming, especially if you're going to be in the VIP section, which is where I want everybody to come. We are going to have wine, appetizers, and just a little meet and greet the night before. You will get to meet Jenny. You'll get to meet Danny. You'll get to meet me. You'll even get to meet the Mark that you hear so much about. He's going to be there as well. It's going to be so fantastic. I cannot wait. And that's why I keep talking about it, because I want you there. This is how we do cool things. Now, we have gotten rid of free shipping. Why? Because we did a little audit on our numbers, and boy, oh boy, was that a shocker. And so we had to put, I wanted as minimum as we can, and so there is a minimum charge on shipping. However, we have a product a week that you can get free shipping on. And as a matter of fact, if you put this in your cart, which we're talking about Fiber Mender right here, this stuff is the bomb. It's a prebiotic. It keeps you full. As a matter of fact, strongly recommend this stuff in the middle of the afternoon. Just throw it into your glass and eat the big gummy that it explodes into. And one, it's going to help with pooping. Two, it's a prebiotic, which means it's feeding all the good guys in your gut. It helps to heal your gut, and it keeps you away from the afternoon munchies, because we all know snacking is not our friend. Snacking is evil. Snacking is just mouth entertainment. We don't need a snack. We are not baby cows. We don't need to be eating snacks. So hot melt mix, that's what I'm drinking right now, if anybody's interested. Somebody else was asking me about our protein. What is it? Well, it's perfect paleo protein. This is the vanilla. It's collagen. And I'm telling you, we do dirty fast with collagen loading and all kinds of things. We have all kinds of stuff coming on. As a matter of fact, we have a collagen challenge coming up here soon. And I will tell you that the thing about this is when you order one of these containers, first of all, you got 30 huge servings. And second, and if you're doing collagen shots, that can really last you for a while. And the second thing about it is we give you 90 recipes in ebook form. Everything in there that you could possibly want. So you've got recipes galore. You can make the Target Trifecta smoothie in a number of different ways, and it'll keep you going, and it'll change things up, and it'll be fun. So that's one thing to look at. Second, the last thing I'm going to talk to you about, because again, we have I just put the L-glutamine all over my desk. L-glutamine. It is an amino acid. Do you know what this stuff does? Cuts off a craving like that. If you cut off a craving, then you're going to be more likely to stay on program, aren't you? You're not going to be flying off the handle and going off the rails and going down the carb slide. Yeah, not going into the garbage department. We want to keep you out of the carb bin and keep you over here in the place where you're feeling good about what you're doing and not having that whole, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did it again. I know what that feels like. We all know what that feels like. So keep in mind that L-glutamine, you just put it in a little dish. See, I do have a little bit left. Put it on a little dish, wet your fingers, put it on your teeth and your gums, your tongue. It cuts the craving. It goes right to your brain, and it cuts that craving off. And I don't care what kind of craving you have. If you're having a cigarette craving or booze or drugs or some kind of garbage, crunchy pretzels, Doritos, candy, Snickers bars, whatever. It will keep you out of the danger zone. It stuff's amazing. And I've got women who are walking around with little baggies of it in their purse. And I swear if they get arrested and they use my name, I'm going to pretend I don't know them. All right. So now you know how to get the free shipping. The free shipping, by the way, if you order Fiber Mender, you can order anything else to go with it. You can have 18 things in your box. You can have 30 things in your box, and you will still get free shipping as long as it's here on the side of the United States. And all you have to remember is write ships free in the little zone here, the little whatever that is, the window, I guess. There's a place to put a code, and we will ship it free for you because we are those kind of people. We want to give you guys a deal. So take advantage of that. the only place you hear about this, by the way. We don't send this out in the email. It's right here on our Facebook Lives. So that's a good thing. What else do I have to tell you? We are in the middle of the sprint. How are you doing, everyone? I'm down like 3 pounds. Yay. That's fantastic. We like to be down, don't we? We like to be feeling good and getting rid of that inflammation. That's what the sprint does. Tomorrow is Q&A. If you have a question, all you have to do is send in an email to support@savingdinner.com in the subject line, question for Leanne on Friday. That's it. I will read it here. I will give you your answers and I will help you out. Now you might have a question about nutrition. You might have a question about a certain way to eat. You might have a question about cooking. I can help you with all of those. You start asking me crazy questions, well, game over. I can't help you with that. Maybe. Depends on how crazy it is. Because I am a crazy woman. Okay. Our quote of the week. I love our quote of the week. Everybody loves the quote of the week. It's unattributed because we don't know who did this. But the quote of the week is, if God put Goliath in front of you, he must believe there's a David inside of you. And we are these women. We are these women. And whether you know it or not, you have the capacity, exactly the same way David did, to slay your giants. And I don't care what that giant is, it's inside of you. And part of our whole discovery process and the reason that we sprint and the reason that we're getting in touch with what's going on inside is when we're in touch with what's going on inside, we are also in touch with why we're doing what we're doing. Whether it's the things that are positive and good for us or the things that are negative and tearing us down. We become better people. We get new understanding. We get new understanding of who we are. And to me, that starts to light up my little Christmas tree at home. It does. It gives me hope. It gives me understanding. It gives me aha moments. And when we can aha moment our lives and start to see why we're doing the things that we're doing, we are one step closer to really getting off the carousel of crazy for life. The carousel of crazy, going round and round, up and down with our weight, the same 10, 15, 20, 100 pounds. That's the thing where it keeps us keep buying the diet books. How many diet books do you have sitting on your shelves? How many programs have you bought? Or crazy supplements that promise the world and deliver nothing? How many times have you done that? And yet we get all enthusiastic, come January, and we do it again. And we sign up again. And sometimes we lose that weight. And sometimes we lose the weight and we keep it off for a little bit and then it all comes storming back. And that's because our mindset hasn't matched what it is that we're doing for ourselves. And most of the time too, these diets are nuts. They're wacky and they're not based on science. They're based on, the old calories in, calories out routine. And that just plain doesn't work. If it did work, then 97% of the people who lost their weight would never gain it back. 97%, you guys. That's the truth of what diets are all about. And yeah, you can say, well, but you've got the sprint and you've got the hot milk and you've got all these things. What they are plans to help you see the structure of eating healthy and see how it works for you. You see? Because at the end of the day, it has to be something that you put on for life. People ask me all the time. I get asked this all the time. Well, once I lose the weight, what do I have to do to maintain it? And really what the question is what do I have to do to not have to do what I've just done? And my answer is invariably this. You keep doing what you're doing. And the reason that you keep doing what you're doing is because you've started to heal your body. Do you get that? What obesity is just a inflammation out of control, a body out of control that needs to be healed. You've got hunger hormones that are out to lunch, literally and figuratively. You've got insulin that's raging. You've got all kinds of things going on. And I'm here to tell you that those things can be corrected. And that once you start the healing process of your body and you keep building your body in that, facet, in that way, that you can maintain and keep this place of weight loss forever. Because at that point, you've healed your body. That's why we're different. The sprint is all about healing the inflammation, and big things happen. We have seen it, thousands of women. We have seen it over and over and over again. Over again. It's not a weird, strange plan. It's taking simple things that do simple things inside of your body, repeated over and over again, giving your body the nutrients they need, pulling out the inflammation, and helping you to readjust your body, to get your body and your life back. Because that's what we want. The truth is, we don't like sitting around on the sidelines. We don't like showing up for family pictures or going to the beach or whatever. We don't realize, I think, and this is why I want to talk to you about the truth. I think we're so used to this lifestyle of hiding from ourselves and from our family, from the life that we want, that we don't understand that there is another way. And it's not just for the skinny people over here. It's for you too. It's for you too. That there is ways that you can help heal your body, that you can work in harmony with your body to bring it to a place where it will start taking care of itself naturally. So if you don't have the sprint, and I know we're day 4, it doesn't matter. You can jump in right now. If you go to savingdinner.com, you'll see it right there. As soon as you get there, you'll see a little banner and just click on it. It's free, and there's 18 pages with recipes in there, everything in there, and it explains the whole thing. One of my pet peeves is when people just say, here, just do this. Don't ask questions. I want to know why. And in this, I tell you why. I tell you why because I care about you. I want you to understand that, oh yeah, that's what that's about. Because when we have understanding about something, it clicks in, and there is an ownership there. There's an ownership. When we can own it and do it and believe it and see it and work in conjunction with what our bodies want to do, everything changes. It's incredible. Everything changes. So today, Mark and I decided, I've got my little gym here, and I use my YouTube here for my gym stuff, but it's just not enough. You reach a certain place in life where you just got to go, you know what, this middle-aged belly business and all of that, and just, it's really simple and very easy for everything to slide. And I've lost the fitness that I've had. I certainly have some, but not the fitness that I once had, where I felt really good and really good in my skin and looked really cute in those size 4 jeans. So, I talked Mark into it. I said, we just have to join a gym. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to get off the mountaintop every once in a while and go join the gym. So we did. We went and we joined a Workout Anytime. It's the reason we did. We checked all the gyms out in the area. The reason we did is they had new equipment, they had training, and they also had this thing called the Styku, STYKU. It's a scan. It's like a DEXA scan. And it basically gives you stand on it with your arms out, and it gives you a scan of your body. It tells you your weight, it tells you all of your measurements, and it tells you how much fat is on your body, where you are with the risk and all of that. Well, I'm not going to give you the full-blown thing. I will just tell you that I was like, oh, no, I had no idea. Because what we do? We get dressed and we, get all gussied up, and then we go stand in front of the mirror. We suck it all in and we look around and we go, yeah, everything's looking pretty good. The truth is, though, that when you get a scan like this and it's all around your body, it's got the measurements all right there. It's got the weight right there. It's telling your risk factor. It's giving you your lean body weight, your muscle, your fat body weight. It's giving you all the things. That's an eyeball opener. It's an eyeball opener. And, for Mark too, guys, how guys are. And he's always had a very nice build. But, lately he's got a couple little, little bit of a belly, little bit of a, some love handle kind of things, but not like he's a big fat guy or anything. But he's been eating ice cream every night. I'm totally ratting him out. He's been eating ice cream every night, and he drinks juice in the morning. And I'm worried about him because he's getting ready he's going to turn 65. fine, you guys. He doesn't look like it at all, and very healthy. But you can't keep going and doing the same thing, and then all of a sudden, when you reach the tipping point, you're going, whoa, what's this? I'm pre-diabetic. I got this, I got that. You can't do that. And especially at this age, you have to start being super proactive, or before you know it, you're going to be dealing in the realm that you don't want to be dealing. So the truth will set you free when you know it, when you look at it, when you see it, when you assess it, and you see the whole thing. It's not just the number on the scale. It's what's on the measurement tape. It's all of that. It's your hydration level. It's like, what are you eating and how is it working out for you? And you'll know. And if you keep losing and gaining those same 5 pounds over and over again, which I can tell you, yes, I totally get that, the lines start to blur a little bit. And you're just like, well, I'm pretty good. Everything's just kind of there. Well, my blood tests are good, which is all true. I don't take any medication except for my thyroid, and I'm very blessed. Everything's in line. Everything's optimal, last time I got my blood test done. But how long does that happen before something's going to tip it over? How long can you keep playing with that same thing? We talked about the cat with the mouse, and to me, the cat is like carbohydrates. It's like food addictions. And you're that mouse, and you can play dead or whatever, or you can just see if you can kind of slink away from it. And maybe you're a tricky mouse, and you can get out of the grasp of that, at least for a minute. But at some point, we all pay the piper. At some point, there is that tipping point. You can't play hard and fast with your health, because at some point you're going to, I'm throwing down all the metaphors I can think about, but you're going to roll the dice and it's not going to be in your favor anymore, and you're going to lose everything, And that was my today on the Staiku, when I sat there and I just went, you know what? It is time for me, as I have a hot flash, it is time for me to really get super serious. And when I was talking to the woman who's the trainer down there, and I signed up for training. I paid some money. Mark said, you signed up for training? I said, you bet I did. Because yes, I do know certain things. I do know what I need to do. And I do know that I need, how much I need and all of that. But at the end of the day, this is what she makes her living on. She is an expert. She's an expert. And I need to do the work. You need to do the work. We need to do the work. There's no easy way around it. There's a straight line, or there's a big fat zigzag that goes to that goal of your weight loss goal and your fitness goal. And I'm going to say this, that yes, you can lose weight without exercising or doing any of that, but you're not going to be fit. You're not going to be fit and feel really good. You're not going to have the type of vitality and vibrancy that you want in your life. But you are if you take your fitness seriously. And it's not just weight loss, it's also fat loss. And it's not just fat loss, it's also your fitness and the strength of your muscles. One of the biggest things for women over the age of 65, which is, not far off for a lot of us, is losing their upper body strength. And if we're not, this isn't enough. I've got these little baby weights. That's not enough. You need to lift heavy. And I'm not sitting here telling you to go out and just, join a Gold's Gym and go in there and grunt and, bang your chest like a gorilla. But what I am saying is, if we want to have the kind of health and vitality that we are talking about, then we're going to have to put, we're going to put some skin in the game, and for me, it's of utmost importance that, what I'm telling you, I'm also living. And I am, for the most part. But I'm also, doing very lazy man type stuff. I'm on my rebounder, and I've got a little routine that I do on my rebounder. I've got a stepper. I've got a bike over here. And I do all that, and then I play with these dumb little 3-pound weights. But it's just not enough. It's not enough to get me that upper body strength. My mother passed away in 2016, and July 3rd, 2016, and it was one of the most difficult things that I've ever been through. And Mark was there the whole time, and he was phenomenal, and just a real support system. But as any of you who have ever been the caregiver for an elderly parent and gone through this whole thing with your parent, you know the angst that you have. You know the pain of watching your loved one pass. One of the reasons why my mother passed so quickly like that was she had a fall and broke her hip. My mother could have protected her bones. My mother could have done better with, I gave her some upper body things to do and what have you. She could fall and she would never be able to get up. And I used to test her when she was living alone, and I would tell her, this is way before she started getting really ill. And I said, I'm concerned. And I talked to her housekeeper. She had a housekeeper that I actually paid for because she couldn't change the sheets on her bed anymore because she didn't have the strength. And so I, would make sure, I asked her housekeeper, I basically got the lowdown on her, and she just didn't have any of the strength. She could barely get out of her chair. And this is what happens. If you don't use it, you lose it. And the thing is, we don't want to be in the place where somebody's telling us across a desk, and doctor, that, I'm sorry, but, you basically, your time is up, or you're really in bad shape, or, you're going to have to start putting a needle in your belly for the rest of your life to stay away from, death's door. We have choices right now today to do the thing that we need to do the hard thing, to tell the truth, to see the scan, to look at the numbers and say, am I really going to just keep doing the same thing and just hope that I don't tip over and go in the wrong place? Am I going to say to you, hey, I've got good blood tests, everything's good for the rest of my life? Or am I going to say to you, yeah, my blood tests are good, but my body weight isn't where it needs to be. My fitness level isn't where it needs to be, and it can be better. That's the truth. And the truth is that I'm not entering a bikini contest anytime soon, guys. I'm not. What I am doing, though, is I know that to be excellent, I need to be better. To be excellent, I need to be better about my fitness, and I need to put some work into it. Instead of zigzagging and doing things, well, I've got time, and or I've got to do this, and I've got all this work, and staying in the house days at a time because I am busy. Instead of doing that, I need to stand up to what the truth is, what the scan says, and what I need to do. That's what I need to do. That's what you need to do, because when you know the truth can set you free. And you know that. That's what Jesus said. He said, when you know the truth, then the truth will set you free. It's when you know, then you can be released to understand what the truth is, that can set you free. And that is us, that is us. We can be set free from the blurred lines and the illusions that we put out there for ourselves. I have a couple of really cute outfits, like, everybody does. You've got your cute outfits. They make you look slimmer. They make you look better. They're all these blah, 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 blah. But the truth of the matter is, even if you've got the cute shirt that's hiding your butt, if your butt's big and you've got this big waist, you're at a greater risk. The truth is, we want to dress and look our best, do the hair and all. This is the reason my hair is up like this, because I just didn't have time when I came home from the gym. If we take care of ourselves, we can also, and it's not just about the clothes. Yeah, you can hide your butt or your belly or whatever, and we want to do that. But when you're down in your sports bra and your tights, standing on the sit-Q, whatever that thing is, the STI-Q scan, which is telling you the truth of what it is, I don't care what you wear. The truth is what's underneath there. And the truth is that if you're at greater risk because your waistline is too big and that's where all the toxic belly fat is, you are more likely to get diabetes, have a cardiac situation, get cancer, and the list goes on. And I don't know about you, but I don't want that. I feel like I live a pretty vibrant life right now. I wouldn't want you to see me in a bathing suit right now. I'm not particularly proud of that. So what? I'd still wear it and I'd still say, I don't care, here we go. Because I'm not going to sit on the sidelines of my life. Just not. I want to participate full out. But I also want to participate full out by knowing the truth and by doing something about what the truth is telling me. So I want you to do this. And then yesterday I told you I wanted you to go in front of a full-length mirror and to just take a good hard look and love yourself for where you are today. All with everything, with the cellulite, with the veins popping out all over, if you have legs that look like mine, with the stretch marks from having those babies. I don't care. Saggy boobs, bring it. So that's where we are. Loved right now, today. We have to be, because a hated body will not lose weight. A hated body is not going to serve you. A hated body is going to be just a big reason for all your angst, sadly. But a loved body is going to say, great, love you back. Now let's go, when you know the truth. So today was my truth day. I had a big fat dose of truth serum when I stood on that scan. And I'm not kidding. I looked at that and went, wow, that's me. And my posture, everything about it was not what I thought. Because we see ourselves with kind of rose-colored glasses. We see ourselves a little bit differently. But when we have the truth and we know what to do, we have an obligation, I believe, to do it. So I just shared with you my heart. I purged my feelings on this whole thing, and hold me to an account. Hold me to an account, because I am not going to let you down. I need to do the work just like you need to do the work. When we do the work together, there is some synergy there. We get things done together. We are on this journey together. It's just buckle down and do it then, right? Who's with me? Who is with me? Go get your scan. Oh my word, go get your scan. All right, ladies, that's what I have for you today. Truth! The truth serum. The truth serum was out. I just need to go suck on some L-glutamine and drink my hot melt and cry into my fiber mender. I'm just going to do it. So listen, if you are a part of Hot Melt Club, we've got a teaching coming up on menu planning, of all things, at 2:00. So be there in the Hot Melt Club. And also, what else do we have coming up? I guess that's it. We have that. And tomorrow I will be here for Q&A. And don't forget, if you have a question that you want answered, all you have to do is send it in to support@savingdinner.com. Don't forget, in the subject line, question for Leanna on Friday. And last but not least, if you are into winning cool things like a mindful mug, gosh, don't we need that mindfulness, right? We need a mindful mug. Don't forget about the mindful mug. Oh, there you go. Mindful mug. You can win this. You share it publicly. I'll see it. I see everything, but you got to share it publicly. And the person who with the most shares, who lives here in the United States, you'll be getting that mindful mug a week from tomorrow. Tonight is the webinar, and I have got some to share. I don't care if you've been to this webinar, because it's always been the same webinar. I have new slides in there that are going to blow your mind. I am not kidding you, because it blew my mind. This way, I'm such a research nerd. It's really fabulous. Get your seat, though. You have to get a seat. Go to com/webinar, and you can get your seat. I'll be there at 7 p.m. tonight, Eastern, and prepare. I'm telling you, seatbelts required. This stuff is thebomb.com, and I can't wait to see you there. All right? Cool. Thanks for joining me today, you guys. Peace out.